But I don't think Spike's done. He's still got, stuff to do. And it was awesome to say Spike Lee.
It's coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records, but we could do better.
I will punch the hell out of you. Say something else.
That is my answer to Spike Lee. Go. People love it. Why in the hell would I sit here worried about Spike Lee?
I will punch the hell out of you. Say something else.
That is my answer to Spike Lee. Go.
Recent shocking revelations from Samuel L. Jackson have surfaced, alleging Tyler Perry's involvement in disturbing activities. Jackson suggests Perry consistently typecasts black actors into stereotypical roles, potentially contributing to their career downturns or involvement in controversies. Given the known feud between Spike Lee and Jackson, one can't help but wonder about Jackson's warning to Perry regarding Lee. Despite Spike Lee's instrumental role in launching Samuel L. Jackson's film career, the 74-year-old actor disclosed in a recent interview that he missed out on a role in another Lee film due to a salary dispute. Jackson revealed that he and Lee had a falling out over Malcolm X, the acclaimed 1992 biopic starring Denzel Washington. Jackson mentioned auditioning for a part in the film, specifically the character responsible for introducing Malcolm X to Islam in prison. However, he ultimately turned down the role due to disagreement over the salary, insisting he wouldn't accept anything less than what he deemed fair compensation.
I'm not the only person who stepped up. Maybe it wasn't Sam Jackson, but I'm not the only person that stepped up.
Despite Spike Lee's instrumental role in launching Samuel L. Jackson's film career, the 74-year-old actor disclosed in a recent interview that he missed out on a role in another Lee film due to a salary dispute. Jackson revealed that he and Lee had a falling out over Malcolm X, the acclaimed 1992 biopic starring Denzel Washington. Jackson mentioned auditioning for a part in the film, specifically the character responsible for introducing Malcolm X to Islam in prison. However, he ultimately turned down the role due to disagreement over the salary, insisting he wouldn't accept anything less than what he deemed fair compensation. As reported by Afrotech, Samuel L. Jackson has been vocal about his stance on the use of his voice, image, and likeness after a project concludes. He adamantly rejects the idea of allowing them to be used in perpetuity. Jackson emphasized his approach to contracts, stating that whenever he encounters terms like in perpetuity and known and unknown, he crosses them out as a way of expressing his disapproval. This unwavering stance reflects Jackson's commitment to maintaining control over his own identity and legacy in the entertainment industry. However, now they are all good that now Samuel is warning Tyler that he should be worried about all his wrongdoings he has been doing. There's no denying that Tyler Perry has made a significant impact, having risen to prominence in the Atlanta theater scene and achieving box office success with his Medea series. However, Perry's journey has not been without controversy. Rumors have circulated, suggesting that Perry's ego expanded to such an extent that he clashed with even someone as influential as Oprah. In the competitive world of Hollywood, it's often challenging to advance without resorting to a few questionable tactics, and Tyler Perry appears to be no exception.
And when I'm hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television. Before diversity became a thing, Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
Following his success at the box office, Tyler Perry ventured into television with his popular sitcom House of Pain. However, during negotiations for a lucrative syndication deal and a spin-off series called Meet the Browns, a controversy arose. Deadline reported that Perry fired 4 writers who had requested union contracts, creating a contentious situation in the industry. Writer Terry Jackson told the Deadline, "We were good enough to create over 100 episodes, but now when it comes to reaping the benefits of the show being syndicated and having other spin-offs from it, he decides to let us go unless we accept a horrible offer." Tyler Perry's response to the writers' room dispute was to take matters into his own hands by stating that he now personally writes everything. However, Perry's issues with unions extended beyond the writers' room. In 2015, actor unions SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity took action by prohibiting their members from participating in Perry's stage play, Medea on the Run, due to his production company's refusal to sign union contracts. While Perry may be focused on maximizing profits, his methods have not garnered unanimous approval from everyone in the industry.
What?
There's a camera on you, baby.
Is there a camera on me right now?
Back behind you.
Oh, hello, praise the Lord. We like to tell everybody in Dallas that we are on our way.
In the wake of the success of House of Pain and Meet the Browns, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamila Lemieux penned an open letter to Tyler Perry, which was published by NPR. In her letter, Lemieux expressed her discomfort with Perry's use of stereotypes in his work. She wrote, "Through her, the country has laughed at one of the most important members of the Black community, Mother Dear, the beloved matriarch. I just can't quite get with seeing Mother Dear played by a 6'3" man with flopping in the wind. Our mothers and grandmothers deserve much more than that. Heck, our fathers and grandfathers deserve more. Mr. Perry, you have told the Hollywood old guard to kiss your backside, and I appreciate that, brother. But many Black folks have expressed some of the very same attitudes about your work that white critics have. Acclaimed film director Spike Lee is one of the notable figures who criticized Tyler Perry for his use of stereotypical characters in his work. Lee is well known for openly addressing this issue with Perry.
But I still think there a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money.
Spike Lee went on to suggest that because of these stereotypical movies, individuals like Tyler Perry were breaking records. In his view, the industry could do better by avoiding such biased and nonsensical movies that feature designated one-dimensional characters.
Breaking records, but we could do better.
Viewers have started noticing Tyler Perry's casting and character depictions, sparking discussions about his business tactics. Some argue that Perry frequently casts dark-skinned actors as villains, while portraying white-skinned individuals as heroes in his movies and shows. This perception has prompted debate and reflection among his audience.
Beautiful Black woman being abused by a no-good, dark-skinned man, and then saved and rescued by the perfect light-skinned man.
During an event, Chris Rock highlighted a recurring theme in Tyler Perry's movies, pointing out the limited portrayal of kind and respectful black-skinned boyfriends. He referenced Tupac Shakur to illustrate his point, suggesting that Perry's films could benefit from a broader range of character representation. Rock remarked, "Tupac might be a political leader if he was alive, but then again, Tupac might be in a Tyler Perry movie right now, so you don't know. Tupac might be the bad, dark-skinned boyfriend in the Tyler Perry movie." Rock's argument implied that despite Tupac's renown as a rapper, Perry's casting tendencies might not align him with heroic roles. He added, "I would hope he's a senator, but he might be kicking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs. In Tyler Perry movies, there's always, okay." Rock's perspective echoed Spike Lee's criticism, both emphasizing concerns about the impact of Perry's perceived biased casting and storytelling choices on the film industry.
You know, are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat?
Yet, if those films,
Digging deeper into the entertainment industry reveals the pervasive issue of colorism. Hollywood in particular has faced significant scrutiny, often propelled by media campaigns with hashtags that swiftly disseminate from Twitter to mainstream news outlets. It's notable that convicted sex offender Harvey Weinstein was among the first high-profile figures to draw damning attention to the industry. In 2017, a wave of abuse allegations surfaced, laying bare the darker facets of Hollywood's culture.
There's a new documentary that is all about the dark side of Hollywood and how some power players allegedly use their positions to prey on young aspiring actors.
In the aftermath of the #Me Too movement, Hollywood was shaken by a series of scandals. Among these, comedian Kevin Hart stepped down as the Oscars host in 2019 following the resurfacing of past homophobic tweets. Furthermore, the #Oscars So White campaign underscored the demand for greater diversity and recognition of people of color and marginalized communities in the Oscars. As a result, Hollywood's once prestigious Walk of Fame now seems more akin to a lackluster Walk of Shame, devoid of stars.
Kevin Hart has stepped down from hosting this year's Oscars. He put out a statement on Twitter tonight saying, "I have made the choice."
In a February afternoon in 1940s America, actress Hattie McDaniel made history by winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in Gone with the Wind, 1940. Her achievement was monumental, marking the first time an African American received such a prestigious film award. However, amidst the celebration, the joy was tempered by the harsh reality of segregation. At the Oscars ceremony, which effectively operated as a whites-only event, McDaniel and other Black attendees were segregated from the rest of the crowd. Rather than being a moment of pure jubilation, the event was overshadowed by the stark reminder of racial segregation.
"I sincerely hope I shall always be a credit to my race and to the motion picture industry. My heart is too full to tell you just how I feel.
80 years later, despite strides towards diversity, the film industry continues to grapple with persistent forms of discrimination. The 2020 Oscars ceremony was tainted by racial controversies, a sadly familiar occurrence for both viewers and industry insiders. Major snubs, like the omission of Lupita Nyong'o for her exceptional performance in the 2019 film Us, serve as poignant examples of this ongoing issue.
And the Oscar goes to Lupita Nyong'o.
Tyler Perry's movies and shows have brought this discrimination to the forefront, with Tyler Perry himself being a prime example. In his films, it's evident that black-skinned actors often find themselves cast as villains. A notable instance is Steve Harris, portraying Charles McCarter in one of Perry's classic films, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Despite being a successful lawyer, Charles proves to be far from an ideal husband. Shockingly, he reveals the existence of another woman to his wife, Helen, and proceeds to mistreat her, ultimately kicking her out of their home. Blair Underwood portrayed the character Carlos in one of his movies. Carlos is depicted as a controlling investment banker who exercises dominance and control over his girlfriend in the film. Blair Underwood, renowned for his role in L.A. Law, has been a prominent figure in Hollywood for over 4 decades. His illustrious career began in the 1980s, and he has navigated various phases as a black actor in the industry. Recently, Underwood offered insights into his early career and recounted an encounter with the legendary Oscar-winning actor Sidney Poitier.
And of course, this is what the kids are now calling a Blastic movie. Black classic movie. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute?
I heard that. I like that. A Blastic movie.
A Blastic.
During the 1980s, the presence of black faces on screen was scarce, and the roles available were frequently limited and stereotypical, offering little diversity for black TV viewers. Blair Underwood experienced these challenges firsthand. Alongside Denzel Washington, he was regarded as a prime example of black male representation on TV and in film during that period, earning acclaim and recognition for their contributions.
You know, these 4 black women in the hood, and like, now we're gonna do girls in the hood, and just, there was a little pushback, like why they only want to see us as slaves or in the hood. And
the 1990s continued to present challenges of limited and stereotypical roles for black actors. Blair Underwood remembered this period as one where virtually every black actor and actress in Hollywood, regardless of their fame or talent, found themselves auditioning for the same roles. This underscored the persistent lack of diverse opportunities in the industry. Philip Van Leer also got the chance to play a villain in Tyler's movies. He had a prominent recurring role in the first and second seasons of the show as a D-dealer.
No. Harry, Brenda, Harry. Hey. Harry's a high school coach now.
Ion Overman's portrayal of Linda Davis in Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail exemplifies the trend of negative character depictions in Perry's films. Linda is depicted as an envious assistant district attorney engaged to Joshua, but secretly engages in illegal activities such as fraud and evidence tampering. Similarly, Ron Rico Lee portrays Chuck, an assistant district attorney and Joshua's friend in the film. Additionally, Brian White was cast as a villain in Perry's film I Can Do Bad All by Myself, playing the role of Randy, an abusive boyfriend and the antagonist of the story.
I seen the way you've been looking at me. See, this here my house, and I can let you, the 2 little nappy boys, stay here.
Right.
It's certainly worth noting that in Tyler Perry's movies and shows, the negative characters often exhibit abusive behavior towards women. This pattern has raised concerns among many viewers. In shows like Bruh and Sistas, this issue becomes apparent. Bruh revolves around the lives of 4 black men as they navigate various aspects of their lives, including relationships, friendships, and careers. Despite not being related by blood, these men share a deep and enduring bond that resembles family. Their close-knit friendship is characterized by warmth and camaraderie, evident from their bright and happy smiles in the promotional material. However, the portrayal of abusive behavior towards women in Perry's works remains a point of contention and discussion among audiences. Sistas appears to center on the lives of 4 single black women. With the tagline "Single but never solo," the show hints at exploring their experiences navigating the ups and downs of single life. However, the synopsis provided doesn't delve into their friendships or careers, and the promotional image features separate pictures of the 4 women rather than them together. The common thread among them seems to be their shared status as single women, suggesting that the series may delve into their individual journeys in the dating world and beyond.
Look at me. You want me? Look at me.
I'm looking.
Karen, I don't love you no more. I don't want to be with you no more.
A Fall from Grace drew criticism for its portrayal of colorism. The film follows Grace Waters, played by Crystal Fox, as she decides to pursue love again after a painful experience with her ex-husband's affair. However, as she grows closer to her new husband, portrayed by Mehcad Brooks, she discovers dark secrets about him. Grace's vulnerability takes a dark turn, leading to her being accused of murder and fraud, ultimately landing her in jail. The movie delves into themes of love, betrayal, and the repercussions of one's actions.
When you wake up, you don't know that today will be the day to change your life.
Grace, please tell me what happened.
Tyler Perry's movies, including Acrimony, often generate discussions and debates on social media platforms like Twitter. Some viewers criticize Perry for repeatedly portraying the trauma that Black women experience at the hands of men in his films, while others argue that he is shedding light on real-life issues that many Black women can relate to. These debates highlight the impact of Perry's storytelling and his ability to provoke conversations around important topics. One of the internet users said, "Tyler Perry refuses to produce a show that doesn't involve the emotional abuse, torture, and beating of the downtrodden Black women." Another one wrote, "Tyler Perry has literally went from sleeping in his car broke to having a net worth of $600 million, opening a huge studio in Atlanta to employ aspiring Black actresses and actors. So put some respect on his name. His movies tells the pain women go through." Critics of Tyler Perry argue that despite his contributions to the Black community, he should also be held accountable for his missteps. They highlight instances in his movies and television shows where Black women are portrayed in a negative light or subjected to unpleasant behavior. Some believe that Perry's works perpetuate respectability politics as the only path to happiness and success for his characters.
Manage it, grow it, through all the growing pains of it all. You've managed to do it all on your own, figuring it out.
Additionally, there are concerns that he assumes a level of creative control that might overlook other talented Black and brown female writers and directors in the industry, as evidenced by his adaptation of Ntozake Shang's play for colored girls who have considered suicide when the rainbow is enough. These criticisms reflect a desire for a more nuanced and responsible portrayal of characters and narratives in Perry's work.
You know, when you think about film and television, it's been done the same way for years. You know, you record an image and you put it out there. Well, just because it's been done that way for many, many years.
Black comedians, much like actors, have expressed disdain for Perry's use of cross-dressing. Over time, many Black comedians have included cross-dressing in their routines to provoke laughter. This comedic tactic involves contrasting their authoritative demeanor with the comical side of them in feminine attire. While it can create comedic moments, it also holds deeper connotations. What are the ramifications of employing cross-dressing as a comedic device in this scenario? As Dave Chappelle noted,
"When I see that they put every Black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress."
During a recent appearance on Oprah's show, comedian Dave Chappelle raised a thought-provoking query. He pondered why numerous successful Black male entertainers have opted to explore cross-dressing during their careers. A prominent instance is Martin Lawrence, known for his starring role in the Big Mama's House series. Similarly, Eddie Murphy introduced a female character into his diverse array of roles in the Nutty Professor film series.
This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here.
Jamie Foxx made a lasting impression with his unforgettable Ugly Wanda character on In Living Color, while Marlon and Shawn Wayans delved into gender reversal for their roles in White Chicks. Furthermore, the less successful Juwanna Mann movie from a few years ago is a chapter that some may prefer to leave in the past.
I'm here!
Ooh, that girl get around. Just you and me, right?
Among these examples, one figure emerges as the most prominent cross-dresser in contemporary entertainment, Tyler Perry. Perry, recognized not only for his contributions to the entertainment industry, but also for his influence in right-wing evangelical circles, has achieved significant success and acclaim through his Medea franchise.
Friday, every Friday, it's Friday, I'm Black, that's a Black Friday. What you talking about?
Tyler Perry has not only achieved success in the gospel play arena, but has also effectively expanded his triumph into the film industry, bringing his unique portrayal to a broader cinematic audience.
No, it's a stage play. It's like Broadway, just with black people.
Tyler Perry's latest book, Don't Make a Black Woman Take Off Her Earrings, notably earned a place on the esteemed New York Times bestsellers list. This prompts a compelling inquiry. What underpins this phenomenon? Why do these artists opt to participate in actions that might seem to challenge conventional masculinity? And why does the audience eagerly embrace the spectacle of black men in such scenarios? One viewpoint suggests that portraying black masculinity within a more feminine framework could potentially diminish perceptions of threat and enhance comfort for certain individuals. These portrayals of black men in cross-dressing roles could serve as a counterweight to the prevailing assertive image often associated with hip-hop culture. For years, Hollywood has faced widespread condemnation for its part in perpetuating numerous stereotypes, which regrettably influence the public's view of black individuals for a considerable segment of the audience. Throughout this time, a discussion emerged, indicating that restricted opportunities within the entertainment sector frequently compelled black artists to embrace stereotypical roles as a means of maintaining their careers and livelihoods. Despite the entertainment industry still grappling with achieving complete racial equality, modern performers do possess a degree of autonomy over their decisions. What continues to pique interest in the context of these contemporary figures is their seeming openness to undertaking cross-dressing roles, with Kevin Hart's involvement standing out prominently in this conversation.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
Numerous voices have expressed resistance to witnessing further instances of black men in dresses, asserting that this trend has reached a saturation point. They argue that our society already contends with numerous influences that might undercut perceptions of black men's masculinity, and there's no necessity to exacerbate these dynamics in any manner.
When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
It is indeed heart-wrenching that we are opposed to witnessing further instances of black men in dresses. This phenomenon seems to have reached its limit, and our society already grapples with numerous factors that can undermine the perception of black men's masculinity. We believe there's no need to contribute to these forces any further.
I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand. I'm a brand.
Over an extended period, Hollywood played a leading role in perpetuating a variety of regrettable stereotypes that ultimately influence the perception of black individuals for a significant portion of the population. During this period, a debate emerged, suggesting that due to the limited opportunities in the entertainment industry, black artists often felt compelled to take on stereotypical roles as a means of sustaining their livelihoods. And Spike Lee has always been vocal about these things. It's been reported that Spike Lee has also consistently criticized Quentin Tarantino for the content of his films, and their disagreement escalated beyond words. There was even an instance where Spike allegedly became physically confrontational with Quentin due to heated tensions.
On screen. Think about that. Think about that. Never seeing your own people reflected even in a kiss on screen.
A love scene. Legendary filmmakers Spike Lee and Quentin Tarantino are celebrated as two of the finest directors in their respective generations. Lee is renowned for exploring themes of race and creating authentic characters, while Tarantino is famous for his deep-rooted love for pop culture references and distinctive dialogue in his films.
Niggas used a little bit too blithely in those pictures and becomes unmoored from the kind of political context.
Furthermore, these two Academy Award-winning directors are not only known for their cinematic prowess, but also for their involvement in controversies, both in their personal lives and professional careers. Spike Lee has been vocal about his views, challenging figures like the late Charlton Heston and esteemed actor-director Clint Eastwood, while also defending divisive individuals like Woody Allen and the late Michael Jackson.
I love Clint, great actor, gave him all types of accolades, but this seat is taken. I would have responded differently.
On the other hand, Quentin Tarantino has faced scrutiny for his frequent use of the N-word in his films, his association with Harvey Weinstein, and more recently, his portrayal of the legendary martial artist and actor Bruce Lee in the 2019 film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Prior to the onset of the feud between Lee and Tarantino, these filmmakers openly expressed their admiration for each other's work during appearances on The Charlie Rose Show. Lee described Tarantino as fresh, While Tarantino gushed over Lee's 1986 feature-length debut, She's Gotta Have It, and its significance for African-American audiences.
Quint, if you look at the film Girl 6, it's really a spoof on himself. And I don't think he was smart enough to see it. I mean, he's even called, his name is QT in the movie.
In a playful gesture, Tarantino even made a tongue-in-cheek cameo in Lee's 1996 black comedy Girl 6 Inches as a smug Hollywood film director conducting auditions for his new project. However, a change in their opinions became evident with the release of Tarantino's 1997 crime film, Jackie Brown.
Stopped everything and pulled Quentin Tarantino to the side and had a big brouhaha right in the middle of the set. And Quentin Tarantino was trying to squash it, let's go in the back, then it said, nah, that, let's talk right now.
The clash between Lee and Tarantino in the late 90s was an inevitable result of their outspoken personalities. It was sparked when Lee questioned Tarantino's motives for the frequent use of the N-word in Jackie Brown, which appeared 38 times in the film. Lee accused Tarantino of having an obsession with the slur and suggested that Tarantino might be trying to adopt a black persona in an interview with Variety. Spike Lee reportedly said, "The problem with Jackie Brown, I will say it again and again, I have a definite problem with Quentin Tarantino's excessive use of the N-word, and let the record show that I never said that he cannot use that word. I've used that word in many of my films. But I think something is wrong with him. You look at Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and even that thing with Christian Slater, True Romance. It's just the N-word, the N-word, the N-word." Spike pointed out that Quentin claimed to have grown up watching and loving blaxploitation films. Spike emphasized that these movies, however, do not encompass the entirety of the African-American experience. He even criticized Quentin, suggesting that he lacked understanding in this regard. He said, "Where did he get that from? Because Sam Jackson kisses his butt, that means black people love him? That's wrong. I am not the only African-American in this world who has a problem with this excessive use of the N-word." Tarantino responded by asserting his rights as an artist, defending his choice to tell his stories authentically and create genuine characters, regardless of audience and critic reactions.
That is my problem with that.
Right. I'm not a big Spike Lee fan. I find him very flawed as a human being, but
I actually, it's funny, yesterday I did the Charlie Rose show.
In his defense, Tarantino further argued in a Playboy interview, "I am working with the English language. I am not just a film director who shoots movies. I'm an artist, and good, bad, or indifferent, I'm coming from that place. All my choices, the way I live my life, are about that." In the midst of the ongoing debate surrounding Gwyneth Paltrow's use of the modified and culturally sensitive term N in a tweet, it is timely to re-examine the enduring conflict between Tarantino and Lee. This feud could potentially reignite with the release of Django Unchained, which, much like Tarantino's previous work, Jackie Brown, is expected to contain racially charged language. And it happened. This thing showed that Spike was still alive against Tarantino.
But I don't want to turn into a pissing contest and keep talking about it all the time. I'm going to let that stand.
Yeah.
But my problem, my feeling about this whole nigger issue,
yes,
right, and I have a very strong feeling about it, is
keeping the feud alive. The director of Inside Man criticized Quentin Tarantino's film Django Unchained, a slavery-themed revenge thriller, during an interview. Interestingly, it was reported that he hadn't actually seen the film. He told Vibe TV, "I can't speak on it because I'm not going to see it. All I'm going to say is that it's disrespectful to my ancestors. That's just me. I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody else." Lee extended his critique of the possible Oscar nominee via Twitter. "American slavery was not a Sergio Leone spaghetti western. It was a Holocaust. My ancestors are slaves, stolen from Africa. I will honor them," Lee tweeted. Although Django Unchained received glowing reviews, the extensive use of the N-word in the film has also sparked controversy. The film won 2 Academy Awards and earned numerous nominations and accolades, but its excessive use of racial slurs, its subject matter, and the graphic portrayal of violence against slaves led to significant controversies and negative media coverage.
This award season, the name on everybody's lips seems to be Django. The controversial gunslinging blockbuster just scooped up 5 Golden Globe nominations.
However, Tarantino promptly responded to the controversy by dismissing Lee's criticism, emphasizing that Lee had not even seen the film. After some time had passed since the release of Django Unchained, Tarantino provided insights into his relationship with Lee. He asserted that he would never collaborate with the filmmaker again, citing offense at the way Lee had expressed his views.
But I think that's a damn shame. I think people need to look at things like this. I actually think that would be the beginning of healing. If people
dealt with it more, but I know it's a problem for both blacks and whites.
This suggests that Spike Lee does not miss any chance to talk about any wrong thing that happens in the industry. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.